5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you the winner set of the OSL Ro24 Group B. We have Hydra versus Mind. And this is I hope this will be an exciting match. Hydra, a dominant Zerg player. I'm not quite sure whether Mind is going to be up for this though. We have Hydra as the yellow Zerg at the 1 o'clock position, and we have Mind as the Terran player. I actually did that. Okay, it's the purple Terran player at the 7 o'clock position on the map Gladiator, I believe. Both players pretty good. Well, okay, that's not true. Mind pretty good. Hydra, excellent player. And Hydra and Mind, I'm not sure whether they met in the Pro League or not, but the last matchup between these two players that I remember is from the last MSL round of 8, where Hydra demolished Mind 3-1 in pretty one-sided victories. Hydra showing in that series, at least, he was clearly the superior player to Mind. Now, I think Mind gave his interview after he lost in the last MSL round of 8. So here's hoping that he spent his time improving his skills so that he can give Hydra more of a rematch here. And it looks like Overpool coming out for Hydra. Good for him. And Mind is going to put down a forward Rex again, it seems. He's got his SCV in the forward position there. Yeah, okay, this is just a standard block. He put down the supply depot first and then the barracks, and then he's going to block again with supply depot. So, standard stuff coming from Mind. Here's hoping that he tries his best to sort of study Hydra's game. I mean, if you watch Hydra versus Mind, it was pretty one-sided, but if you watch Hydra versus Flash, for instance, and you know, Flash demolished Hydra 3-0, is rather brutal to watch. Hydra played decently well in that series, just not quite up to snuff against the likes of Flash. I think Mind could learn a lot by reviewing those series and sort of trying to find Hydra's weakness and exploit it. Although, if pressed, I'm not quite sure what exactly Hydra's weakness is. I mean, he, in my opinion, doesn't really have many weaknesses. He's a pretty well-rounded player, I think. Perhaps his flaw is that he is... I don't think Hydra is a particularly inventive player. He's good, but I'm not sure how well he would cope with the unexpected. But then again, Mind is also a very conventional player, so I'm not expecting to see anything crazy coming from Mind here. Hydra putting on some early pressure with his initial lings, but Mind has already walled himself in. He's got a Marine. He's going to get a second Marine out. And Hydra maybe will try his best to pick away at the supply depot, microing his Zerglings a bit. You can see clever work there, actually doing a lot of damage to that supply depot, but with the second Marine out and Mind pulling SCVs to repair, there is not going to be any sort of a breach. Still, nice little micro by Hydra there. Mind's scouting SCV is seeing everything. He saw the overpool. He knows that there's another hatchery going down for a total of 3 hatcheries now. So he knows what's to come. Let's see what Mind decides to do. Though there are any number of builds that a Terran player can employ at this point. Standard seems to be 4 or 5 barracks, +1 attack push, +1 infantry attack push. But there are many other possibilities, such as Valkyries, which is what Flash used twice in the OSL finals. I just think Mind is sort of a conventional player. Even something like Valkyries, which isn't that unusual in TVZ anymore. I'm not sure whether Mind is going to be up for something like that. And I am predicting that he's going to go the multi-barracks push and probably transitioning to mech. That's sort of a common response by Terran these days. Actually, just as I say that, he put down a factory. Is this going to be early mech, or is this going to be Valkyries? Starport going down. Okay, with Starport down, this has got to be Valkyries. So, just as I say that, just as I was criticizing Mind for being a bland and uninteresting player, he decides to prove me wrong. Good for him. This is exactly what Mine needs to do. Hydra, let us hope that he has studied the OSL finals, or not OSL finals, the MSL finals rather. And he is going to be ready for these Valkyries that are going to be coming out for Mine. And he's going to show a good Scourge control. That's what he needs to be able to deal with the Valkyries. Even 1 or 2 Valkyries can wreak havoc on a dozen Mealess. And but with proper Scourge control, the Valkyries should not be an issue. Spire probably nearly complete now for Hydra. Hydra has massed up quite a few speedlings outside of Mine's base. If Mine attempts some sort of push, he's going to be in some trouble. Hydra putting down his 3rd base already. I don't think Hydra's going to go for the frontal assault. He might actually have enough to potentially break through if he catches Mine unaware, but I think ultimately he's not going to succeed. There are 6 Marines there and a medic. Yeah, I don't think Hydra's going to do that. However, these lings are going to be very important when Mine decides to push out with his forces. He's going to be able to catch, well, he wants to catch Mine's infantry out in the field and destroy it. Now, with the spires finished, the Mealess are coming out. Let's see how the Valkyrie progress is going on here for Mine. He's already got the armory down. He's put down an engineering bay. I do not know the status of the Valkyries. Also, I'm not quite sure how many barracks he has. Mine pushing out with some Meg Marines. He needs to be a bit careful, of course, once the Mealess come out. Right now, he's not in any danger, but as soon as the Mealess come out, he needs to pay close attention to his infantry. If he gets it surrounded, he's going to be in deep trouble. The first Valkyrie out now for Mine. Good for him. I like to see this. Hydra needs to respond well, though, against these Valkyries. As long as he does not suspect Valkyries, of course, but once he sees the first one, he will have no choice but to pull his Mealess back for a bit. Now, Hydra going for a massive assault here. Mine with a Valkyrie out. Good positioning of his Mag Marines, winning that battle, chasing Hydra back, inflicting good damage on the Mealess, and destroying most of his links. Now Hydra knows what's going on. He needs to start morphing Scourge immediately. Mine with 2 Valkyries out, I think is wise to get more Scourge than is necessary. But it looks like Hydra going for the attack at Mine's main. He's not deterred at all by Mine's little victory there, picking off a few SCVs. Now the Valkyries respond. Hydra choosing to engage the Valkyries with his Mealess. I'm not sure where that's wise. Hydra bringing some Scourge, just a single pair of Scourge that did not land. That was not a good move. I think against like 6 Valkyries, you want to be absolutely sure that you destroy the Valkyries. Once the Valkyries are destroyed, your Mealess are free to run rampant against the Terran player. And the Terran, having spent all those resources on the Valkyries, they are expensive units. Terran's not going to have many Mag Marines. As long as Hydra can pick off the Valkyries, he'll be fine. But it looks like Hydra, just with another pair of Scourge, a lot of Lings, and his Mealess, he's going to try to win a field battle without air superiority. Okay, good. Now Hydra's massed up some more Scourge at his base. He's retreating his forces for now. But I think we'll see here's hoping for a good display of epic micro by Hydra, and you can see Hydra sending a single Zerglings there just to scout out Mine's forces. Hydra playing at a high level, I have to say, this game. He's maneuvering his forces very well. These Valkyries coming